Hi, I just got back from Walmart and I know it's 12:30 right now. This is ridiculous. I didn't even know that they were open this late 2 days before Christmas. Now just one day before Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve. I know I totally look so badass right now. This is so warm. That's why I'm wearing this. It is so cold outside. I just went out there. It's ridiculous. I decide what I want to talk about. Just all conflicted in my head because, these next few weeks are going to be really hard for me. They're anniversaries of things that happened to me, and I just really need to get to January 5th because January 5th is when I go to Virginia to see my father and my stepmother and my little sister. My little sister is turning 9 on January 4th, and she is the light of my life. She's like a little mini me. Like, if you compare a picture of her right now to a picture of how I looked when I was 8 going on 9, spitting image, I swear to God, is crazy. And it's like me. Like, super blonde, curly hair, and she's just perfect. I love her. So I'm really excited for that, but everything before then, not so excited about. I think this is the first year that I've ever been so prepared for Christmas. I don't know, maybe it's because I don't live with my mom anymore that, like, I was able to go out and get all of my shopping done and stuff. So, I mean, that's good. And I'm really excited for it. I really have already started really thinking about resolutions and things that I want to do. And every year I have a rule about resolutions because I really think ultimately resolutions are unsuccessful because of the resolutions that people make. Most of the time, resolutions that people make are just dumb. Like they set resolutions that they know they can't even get to that point. Like, and which is why I work every year to set realistic resolutions or things that are more vague. Like, so that way there's not like a certain goal. Like, most people would be like, oh, like lose 50 pounds or whatever. I don't know how much people like lose 15 pounds, whatever is realistic. And then when they don't reach that goal, then they just feel shitty about themselves. Like, why would you do it an exact number? Don't understand. So, I generally go for things that are a lot easier. Well, not easier, but things that like are really like things to work on, but are conscious efforts of every day. Like, I think last year or this past year for my resolutions, probably some of them were like try to be more patient, go on more walks, don't lie as often. I lie a lot. Just stuff like that, just general things that I can work on to be a better human being. And think this year, I think I'm gonna have to focus on like myself again and think of things that I just want to focus on, like school probably. I really want to get better grades this semester, but then you have to think about it and you have to be like, okay, what's a realistic goal? Like, think of a realistic goal and then think of how you're going to get there. And that's the most important thing, thinking of the steps. So, like, in order to get better grades next semester, I'm going to say, like, that instead of, like, I'm going to devote time in the library every week. And my friend Menno, he would be like, you're an art major, you don't know where the library is. First of all, art history major, there's school in that. Anyways, he actually said that once to me. It was ridiculous. And so I'm gonna like do that. Really focus because next semester I have art history too, which is a really hard course. So I want to be focused on that more than anything. And so I'm gonna do that. Also, I have social problems. I'm going to work really hard not to skip any classes next semester. It's going to happen, but I'm going to work really hard so it doesn't. Keep up with reading. That would be good. So there's that. And another thing I'm going to try to do for resolutions-wise is think of something every day that is positive about me. A lot of times I'll really get myself down on who I am, like how I act, like well, most like everything else, like we're always our own worst critic. And I have really, really tried not to, but I just have a really bad self-esteem, I guess, and for different reasons, but I'm going to try really hard just to think of one positive thing, because if you can start with one, it's a lot easier to think of more, and it helps your day. Also, I'm pretty good about this generally because it's just how I am, but smiling more often is always a good thing. It's like clinically proven that if you smile more, you will be in a better mood, which, I mean, that's why I smile so much. And so that's one thing. Also, a more specific resolution is to take the advice of people around me. I find time and time again that the advice that people give me, the things that I ignore, obviously, most of the time, are things that I should have taken. Like, when Claire told me and everyone else told me not to date Brady last year. Yeah. And, that's a story for another time. But when people told me that I really should stop saying holiday this year, why don't I ever listen to people? Dear God. Like, no, I'll find out for myself. It's okay if I make this mistake. I won't hurt because I knew it was going to happen. What the fuck is wrong with me? So, taking the advice of people around me is always good, especially when it comes to things that I deserve. Because a lot of the times, like I said before, I don't see certain things if I deserve or not. And a lot of times people can see more clearly if they're not in the situation. So taking that advice would be good. Really wish I would go on more walks too. Like, walks are generally the thing that keeps me most grounded. Because in high school, I would go for like 45-minute walks 3 times a day. And that was because I needed to get away from my mom. It's like the one time of the day, or the 3 times of the day that I actually had time for myself so that I could think. Just think. Or even not think. Just walk and not be criticized for everything. I think that it kept me sane. Like, as soon as I go for a walk, I'm like, okay, like, calm down. I start thinking things through and everything sort of makes sense. And that happens to me all the time. And the reason that I haven't gone for as many walks this year is because I would always, like, blame the whole, like, walks thing on my dog. He's so cute and wonderful. But, obviously I don't have my dog at school, and so there's less of that. So I can't even motivate myself to really go out, especially when it's cold outside. And that might be because I shouldn't go out when it's cold outside, as I many things wrong with my condition that would just worsen it so much more. Even like my little conditions like my arthritis and my anemia, like, it'd suck. And paint on my headphones. Paint everywhere, all the time. But I want to go on more walks, so I think that'll be one of the resolutions that carries over from last year. So yeah, you guys should think about it too, because after Christmas you're going to be focused on shopping, not resolutions. I actually think resolutions are pretty damn important. I mean, like, it pisses me off when people make resolutions that are so specific, or like ones that they know they will never ever fulfill. And or like forget about or something like that. But when people make realistic ones, I'm like, yeah, good for you, bro. Good job. I'm really proud of you. And things, I mean, like, it gives yourself your own satisfaction when you reach them, so why wouldn't you? So, these are the thoughts of the day.